welcome back to the Soft Heart series. I'm Emily Roof, and you may have noticed this is the second video that came out this week, and this is the vulnerable heart. Now, the vulnerable heart goes hand in hand with the sad heart because the sad heart is the key to opening up to vulnerability. So let's get into it. The vulnerable heart is a tough topic to embody and even talk about for many, including me. Being vulnerable can take time, and when you become it, it unlocks the doors or tear down the walls. One, being vulnerable is opening up and being true to yourself, and when that is accomplished, one can find another to be vulnerable with. Now listen to this carefully, for being vulnerable does not mean you have to overshare. It is simply being with your emotions in the listening ear. The first thing one must do is to sit in front of a mirror and make eye contact with oneself, your reflection, and say nothing. The next day, do this again and say whatever comes to your mind, lovingly without breaking eye contact. You may even try the dancing meditation for a more challenging approach. Once you feel comfortable, it will be time to make eye contact while talking to others. Notice who looks away and who keeps contact with the eyes. These are the people who are ready for the vulnerability you can offer. Over time, this vulnerability will be second nature, and when comes the time to express your vulnerable thoughts, more of your walls will come down and stay down. Believe in yourself, and so it shall be. Vulnerability is something that I do struggle with. Even doing this series is a vulnerable thing for me to do. And like it said, you don't have to overshare. So, all right. And the vulnerability I'm going to be talking about for me, which I felt divinely guided to do, is talk about my vulnerability with my romantic relationships. Now, starting off, I wasn't allowed to date until I was around 16. So I haven't had many relationships. My first relationship, I would say, wasn't a real relationship. It was more like a thing. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. So starting off being vulnerable with a relationship with that was not it. And I was young and dumb. So learn my lesson. There you go. So the next time I got in a relationship, a serious relationship, my first serious relationship was when I was in college, and I actually learned how a partner should be. And it made me realize that communication is a big part of being vulnerable. But also, strangely enough, eye contact as well. And that's when I learned to start making eye contact with others. And I will say it puts people in a place of either awkwardness or an honest. And for me, at first, making eye contact, even with myself, was like, whoa, like this is strange, this is weird, like I don't know how to take it. But then when you start opening that up, it gets easier for others and me. But I guess it depends on the person. But with my first serious relationship, it really helped me be more comfortable within myself and what I'm offered and worthy of. But that'll be for the next video. But my serious relationship that I'm in now, that I'm marrying this October, which when this video comes out, I think it'll be a couple of days before I get married. So, yay. With this one, I would say this relationship I'm in now took it to vulnerability to a whole different level, because even living with the person shows sides of you that when you don't live together, you see. And making eye contact with this particular person is a lot more easier. But there are times where it can get a little awkward, especially during times of intimacy. I mean, it is what it is, right? Can be for me. There is like a huge bug on the wall, and my cat is staring at it. That's so gross. But anyway, vulnerability. I am like cheesing. um, vulnerability can take time. So if you're still on the struggle boat of even making eye contact or being vulnerable with yourself, don't beat yourself up about it, because it will take time. And I still struggle with being vulnerable with myself sometimes. Even like doing this, sometimes I have struggle looking at the camera as if I'm talking to you all. And it'll be okay, because we're going to work on this together. So now for the homework. It did give us a lot to talk about. So start with number 1. Being vulnerable with yourself. And that is all you must do is sit in front of a mirror and just look at yourself. Make eye contact with yourself. Just like this. Stare into your lovely colored eyes, or brown eyes, gray eyes. Notice your eyeballs and see how you feel. See if you bring a smile, or does it make you struggle? Second thing, and then before I get to the second thing, do it for like 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how well you do. And once you get that down, the next day, I want you to stare at yourself again and see if you keep looking away or not. But I want you to say the thoughts that come to your mind in a loving way. Like, wow, my skin's so great. Or like, wow, my eyeball is so beautiful color. Or wow, my eyelashes look good. Something about you, or even just your personality. Something lovingly. See if that makes it feel better. Now, next thing comes the more vulnerable part, and that is talking to others while making eye contact. And this can be with your stranger, but if you want to start with baby steps, do it with your partner, friend, or family member. But notice, like it said, who makes eye contact, who doesn't, and make it like a game and see who can do it the longest without looking away, and if they feel awkward about it. And it might feel awkward at first, but that's what you are fun to do. And if you do have a partner, I would like you to do a challenge where you do the same thing with the mirror. You say nothing for the first 5 minutes, and then the next day try it again and say lovingly stuff to each other without breaking eye contact, and see how well that goes. It might open like a whole new relationship level for you guys. Yeah, I think that's good. So with that being said, I'm Emily Roof, and I hope you all have a fabulous day.